I like to approach things with a plan, so I can have my head in the game and do it right. You gotta have a plan. You know, there's a method to madness, and even chaos is a theory. Zen or focus or whatever, if you're right in the zone and you have the right amount of excitement, you're gonna do what it takes to have fun and do it well. My name is Matthias Giraud, and I'm a professional skier and base jumper. Base jumping stands for building, antenna, span, and earth, which means jumping of buildings, radio towers, antennas, span a bridge, and earth a cliff. Now it's pretty much evolved to being jumping of fixed objects with a parachute. It could be a windmill, it could be anything. It could be a crane, it could be anything that's tall enough to jump off, but anything that's not moving, and that's base jumping.
This is a great day at the office for sure, man, and it's, yeah, it's, I can't even call it an office.
I can see a lot of people are trying to get into base jumping, but it won't always be a pretty selective sport because you have to put so much training to be able to just do one base jump. Funny, I force myself not to think about him when I'm doing my stuff.
Tu veux aller vite, Soren? On va aller vite? Allez, c'est parti.
There's family time and there's survival time. So when I'm in survival time, I just force myself to be just kind of selfish and just focus on what I'm doing. This way I can do it well. And then when I'm home, then I'm there 100%, you know? So you have to, there's a time with the family and the time to jump off stuff, you know? So. I was born in Normandy in a place called Évreux, about an hour from Paris. And my parents had a vacation home in a place called Saint-Gervais. It's in the French Alps. I started skiing when I was 18 months old. I remember hitting my first jump on skis. I was 4.
Bones.
And you experience that feeling of weightlessness. I don't have this thing under control yet, but this is it. I want to be weightless. Then I got picked up by a ski racing team and I went to business school, and then eventually was able to transfer to school in Colorado, and then when I moved to the US, everything happened. I quickly understood that it was the same tribe, skydivers or bungee jumpers belong to the same tribe, and it's the tribe of commitment, you know. And I knew I wanted to be part of this tribe. I knew it was meaningful, and I knew it was a calling. It was something I was meant to do. I was always attracted by air, and I wanted to base jump so I could take my skiing to places where I couldn't ski otherwise, you know, because there would be a 200 or 600 foot cliff at the end, and so you can just air off of it, open your parachute and fly away. But then I got caught in the game of jumping stuff too with parachutes, and now it's been a year-round traveling circus between the mountains and the air.
Hey, boys. How are you?
What's up, buddy?
How are you, buddy?
How you doing?
Dude, this is sweet, man.
Oregon is a place where I can do everything. That's why I like it here.
I can't wait to throw you off a bridge.
You know, a lot of people ask me, well, you grew up skiing in the Alps, what are you doing in Oregon? Oregon, you know, has good mountains to ski. It's not the Alps, but it's good to ski, and it's good surfing, and it's good base jumping, and I can do it all right here. And it's pretty rare to find a place where you can do it all.
Yeah, James and I we've done several base jumps together. We've gone skydiving, flying wingsuits, and then he decided to get into bungee jumping and open up an operation here. And it's really cool, you know, when it's your bro you've been jumping with for a long time to see him step it up and open something like that is actually accessible to everybody.
2, 1, budget!
It feels much like a skydive harness. No pilot chute.
Okay.
I mean, you can reach for it if you want. You're not gonna find it.
It's not gonna be.
It's not gonna do any good.
Why is it an opening?
3, 2, 1, bungee!
I did my first bungee jump at 18. And then when I went bungee jumping, I realized, oh my God, I'm totally aware in the air. This is not enough. I need to base jump. I'd already been thinking about base jumping.
That was awesome.
I started skydiving at 22 years old. And I just turned 24, and then I started base jumping pretty much 2 weeks after my birthday. We did 9 jumps the first day. By noon, I already had 5 base jumps. Like, oh wow, base jumping is not that complicated. It's pretty cool. And then I think coming from skiing, you know, I could do already a double backflip on skis. So things just made sense.
That was fun.
Dude, right on. Nice jump.
If you don't have the courage to live by your own standards, how are you gonna reach happiness, you know? You can't live your life by somebody else's standard. Base jumping, you need a base jumping specific parachute. Back in the day, people used to jump reserve parachutes for skydiving because it was packed in a more reliable manner and it would open faster than a main parachute. And then things evolved, and then people started making their own base jumping equipment, and they figured out the technology. So they were slightly different. You only have one parachute, you don't have a backup. The lines are a lot stronger. A lot of them have a ventilation system, so the air gets shot across the parachute, so as soon as it opens, it's ready to fly. I think pushing the limits is definitely a part of the sport, but we take great pride in being able to push the ability of adaptation of our human condition. I think that's what base jumpers like to do. We're not made to fly. Gravity is technically killing us, but somehow we've been able to take this basic, deadly, most natural thing and turn it into an ally and make it something incredibly beautiful.
It's awesome. Every time you come here, it's like a party, you know, it's a bunch of friends, everybody's coming from everywhere, you do a bunch of stuff.
You ready to do some stupid stuff?
First, it starts with the analysis of a project. And while you're looking at all the variables, what kind of wind do we need? What kind of equipment do we need? How do we do it?
So yeah, it looks like east wind up to 10 miles per hour. And when we were driving through Mount Hood, there was like smoke everywhere. Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah.
How do I need to pack my parachute accordingly to that? Do I want to open high? Do I want to open low based on this, based on that? So you come up with a game plan.
Do you have your altimeter?
I brought an altimeter, yeah. So if we can go to the landing area and set it from there, and if for some reason they get all screwed up, we just know that from the takeoff point, it's 650 to the landing, so any extra altitude, then we can make a quick calculation, and then I can just, as soon as I pass the hill, I can just pitch or whatever, you know.
Okay, that's the plan.
Yeah, buddy, let's go to the landing area so we can calibrate altimeters. So from there to the field, it's 650 feet. And so hopefully we can get a little, you know, maybe have twice that altitude to get above that. And then if altimeter craps out somehow and it doesn't work out, we know that if we're anywhere above the takeoff point, we're above 650 feet, and then we can kind of assess roughly, you know, where we at based on the side of the hill or whatever, you know. Yeah, you definitely have to look for them, but you know, from those poles on the other side to this, it's actually a lot bigger than it looks. It's a big, big field. So you don't want to land in power lines, but you gotta make sure it's fine.
And you can either try jumping out of a plane, but that's kind of boring. So why not give yourself some time and get a little more altitude and do something fun too. And my friend Bam Bam has a paraglider that can take 2 people up, and then my friend Nick has a motor that we can put in the back. So if there's not enough wind to catch thermals to get enough altitude with a paraglider, we'll just throw on a motor on the back of Bam Bam to get to a suitable altitude and just unclip and do a few flips out and then open the parachute and then glide safely back down to the ground. So that's the game plan. It's not that complicated. You just gotta make it look good.
Okay, here we go.
The motor? Oh, I think there was just like a little switch we needed to move or something, and Bam was like, I can't get the motor to start, I'm sinking, can you see if there's a switch? I'm like, I can't see anything, man, I'm in the front, I have a parachute on my back, I have risers and lines everywhere. Sorry, I'll hold the handle for you, but you're on your own, buddy. When you're fully focused and you're up in the air, there's not really anything going through your mind because you're just so focused. That's the beauty of it. I've only experienced that through a few things in life. That's the way you feel when you're base jumping. It's almost like falling in love every time. It's amazing.
I often think before a jump, like, why do you keep doing it? And then the second you step off and you're in the air, you know exactly why you're doing it. It all makes sense, and it's just this beautiful moment, man. You feel like you almost don't really need anything else except, you know, a good meal and someone to love, and that's about it.